He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Spend your money on the things money can buy. Spend your time on the things money can't buy. Circumstances make man, not man's circumstances. Don't judge your greatness by your shadow at sunset. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Decision-making, like coffee, needs a cooling process. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. If you want to get rich, think of saving as earning. A busy man is seldom visited by idle friends. No flies fly to a boiling pot. Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Be careful who you call your friends. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and its life will not get any shorter. Happiness doesn't diminish when you share it. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Write your sad times in the sand. Write your good times in stone. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Life is not a matter of holding good cards, but of playing a poor hand well. There are 2 wolves fighting inside all of us. The first one is evil. The second one is good. Which wolf will win? The one you feed. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Everyone falls down. Getting back up is how you learn how to walk. People are great at keeping secrets they don't know. A friend to all is a friend to none. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. People never lie so much as before an election, during a war, or after a hunt. Better a broken promise than none at all. Great results can be achieved with small forces. He who is not satisfied with a little is satisfied with nothing. Love your neighbor as yourself. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Simplicity is the result of maturity. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. To get married means to have your rights and double your responsibilities. A bad friend is like a shadow. On a sunny day, run. You won't run away. On a cloudy day, look for it. You won't find it. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the airplane. The pessimist, the parachute. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Understanding a question is half an answer. Perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. A woman's guess is much more accurate than a man's certainty. How many things would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? Ignorance is the root and stem of every evil. It always seems impossible until it's done. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. When anger rises, think of the consequences. A leader is a dealer in hope. The life of the dead is set in the memory of the living. The noblest work of God, man. Who found it out? Man. Fear doesn't exist anywhere except in the mind. Whatever advice you give, be brief. As a child, I prayed to God for a bicycle. Then I realized that God works differently. I stole my bike and prayed for forgiveness. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. Procrastination is the thief of time. Collar it. Judge a man by his questions rather than by his answers. Where your fear is, there is your task. Your ambition is handicapped by laziness. A friendship founded on business is better than a business founded on a friendship. We are not rich by what we possess, but by what we can do without. When fate hands you lemons, make lemonade. Student is not a container you have to fill, but a torch you have to light up. There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. When you were born, you cried, and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries, and you rejoice. Those who are hardest to love need it the most. Be correct with everyone, sociable with many, close to the elect, friend to the few. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. If you can dream it, you can do it. The liar's punishment is not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason why so few engage in it. One looking into a puddle sees dirt in it, the other, stars reflected in it. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Experience is the teacher of all things. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. The most important thing we learn at school is the fact that the most important things can't be learned at school. An abnormal reaction to an abnormal situation is normal behavior. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. Do not worry about tomorrow, For tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Time passes slowly when you follow it. It senses being followed. A happy marriage is a long conversation which always seems too short. Words can be like x-rays if you use them properly. They'll go through anything. You read and you're pierced. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Through discipline comes freedom. Thinking that someone else can make you happy or unhappy is ridiculous. A man who dares to waste 1 hour of time has not discovered the value of life. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. Tact is the knack of making a point without making an enemy. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. There are only 3 events in a man's life: birth, life, and death. He is not conscious of being born. He dies in pain, and he forgets to live. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Of all the liars in the world, sometimes the worst are our own fears. The future comes slowly, the present flies, and the past stands still forever. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Only a fool learns from his own mistakes. The wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. To put everything in balance is good. To put everything in harmony is better. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. A goal without a plan is just a wish. highest activity a human being can attain is learning for understanding, because to understand is to be free. Time is money. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. Appear weak when you are strong, strong when you are weak. Whoever violated trust once loses it forever. Everything that happens before death is what counts. Men always want to be a woman's first love. Women like to be a man's last romance. Everyone, at some time or another, sits down to a banquet of consequences. To be able to forget means sanity. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. If you want to change people, why not begin on yourself? That is a lot more profitable and a lot less dangerous. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. Your enemies can kill you, but only your friends can hurt you. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. To lead people, follow them. Fear of death increases in exact proportion to increase in wealth. The first man gets the oyster. The second man gets the shell. Never close your lips to those whom you have already opened your heart to. The secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Begin, be bold, and venture to be wise. Laws are like cobwebs, which may catch small flies, but let wasps and hornets break through. No woman or man really knows what perfect love is until they have been married a quarter of a century. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. You can overcome bad habits only today, not tomorrow. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past, and the only person better you should be. This is who you are now. It is better to make approximately correct decision than to make a precise mistake. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Never compete with someone who has nothing to lose. You can hide memories, but you can't erase the history that produced them. Stupid is the man who always remains the same. He who walks straight rarely falls. What we do now echoes in eternity. Seek wisdom, not knowledge. Knowledge is of the past. Wisdom is of the future. The world belongs to the patient. Rules for happiness: something to do, someone to love, something to hope for. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. People willingly believe what they want to believe. Success is stumbling from failure to failure, with no loss of enthusiasm. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. Nature hath given men one tongue but 2 ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. The meaning of life is to give life meaning. When we give someone our time, we actually give a portion of our life that we will never take back. A true woman loves a strong man because she knows his weaknesses. She protects as much as she is protected. Don't wait for the right opportunity. Create it. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. The secret of genius is to carry the spirit of the child into old age, which means never losing your enthusiasm. Do not envy other people's good qualities, but instill them in yourself through admiration. Never was anything great achieved without danger. Fiction is the lie through which we tell the truth. Death does not concern us, because as long as we exist, death is not here. And when it does come, we no longer exist. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. The most exquisite pleasure is giving pleasure to others. Who of you, by worrying, can add a single hour to his life? No matter how thin you slice it, there will always be two sides. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Believe nothing you hear, and only one half that you see. Gardens are not made by singing, "Oh, how beautiful," and sitting in the shade. It is nothing to die. It is frightful not to live. We stopped looking for monsters under our bed when we realized that they were inside us. What we learn from history is that no one learns from history. Victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. I would rather be a swineherd, understood by the swine, than a poet misunderstood by men. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. And the same is true of fame. True love begins when nothing is looked for in return. He who is satisfied with his lot is rich. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. Do more. The race is won by the horse that outstrips its rivals by a head. Courage is resistance to fear. Mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Who dares nothing needs hope for nothing. Learning to let go should be learned from learning to get. Knowledge isn't power until it is applied. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. To be angry is to take revenge on oneself for the mistakes of others. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Lead from the back and let others believe they are in front. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, first make sure that you are not, in fact, just surrounded by assholes. If a woman is angry, it means she is not only wrong, but also she knows it. Keep your fears to yourself, but share your courage with others. Wisdom is not wisdom when it is derived from books alone. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. If each of us sweeps right under our feet, the whole world will be clean. He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Do not shake the green apple tree. When the apple is ripe, it will fall down by itself. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. The man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid for more than he does. How much money does it take to make a man happy? Just one more dollar. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. Ask no questions, and you'll be told no lies. A profession should initially be an act of love, and not a marriage of convenience. An explained joke is no longer a joke. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. Courage is not having the strength to go on. It is going on when you don't have the strength. It is better to light one small candle than to curse the darkness. If you're going through hell, keep going. Above all things, never be afraid. The enemy who forces you to retreat is himself afraid of you at that very moment. A wise man gets more use from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Women make even the men more sophisticated. The shortest distance between 2 points is often unbearable. Experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him. Genius is a mind that knows its limits. It does not require many words to speak the truth. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Fortune accompanies the brave. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Drop by drop is the water pot filled. Likewise, the wise man, gathering it little by little, fills himself with good. People who say it cannot be done should not interrupt those who are doing it. Do not chase after happiness. It is always in you. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Only he who controls himself is free. He travels the fastest who travels alone. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. The hard work of the future will be pushing buttons. Nothing makes a man so adventurous as an empty pocket. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. There is nothing more unbearable than idleness. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. Trying to forget someone means remembering him all the time. A friend is a gift you give yourself. There is truth in wine and children. The lie flies, and the truth limps after it. If you want the present to be different from the past, study the past. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. The future depends on what you do today. Anything you can settle with money is cheap. Well done is better than well said. The time for action is now. It's never too late to do something. He who does not like loneliness does not like freedom. Manage your mood, because if it does not obey, then it commands. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. First, think. Second, believe. Third, dream. And finally, dare. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. In times of war, the law falls silent. The one charm of the past is that it is in the past. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. Most so-called failures are only temporary defeats. don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them. The best is always the enemy of the good. We must bring our own light to the darkness. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Men cheat because they don't feel needed. Women because they don't feel loved. No man becomes rich unless he enriches others. In order to understand the world, one has to turn away from it on occasion. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Without courage, wisdom bears no fruit. Children learn by an adult's example, not by their words. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. To give out someone else's secret is betrayal. To give out yours is stupidity. The thing you think about determines the quality of your mind. Often the lies that are believed become the truth. When in doubt, tell the truth. Men are moved by two levers only: fear and self-interest. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. Never put off till tomorrow the fun you can have today. What Paul says about Peter tells us more about Paul than about Peter. All that we are is the result of our thoughts. Treat your parents as you would like your children to treat you. You may turn into an archangel, a fool, or a criminal. No one will see it. But when a button is missing, everyone sees that. Intuition is something that is ahead of accurate knowledge. Women are meant to be loved, not to be understood. Be equally indifferent to blame and praise. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. He who builds on the people builds on the mud. The saints are the sinners who keep on trying. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. The greatest victory is victory over yourself. Marrying is not at all difficult. It is difficult to be married. Do the hard jobs first. The easy jobs will take care of themselves. Anything you dream is fiction, and anything you accomplish is science. The whole history of mankind is nothing but science fiction. Learn first, teach later. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Live every day as your last, because one of these days it will be. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. Intellect is invisible to the man who has none. The fact that people do not learn from the mistakes of history is the most important lesson of history. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. No man is free who is not a master of himself. Control your finances, or lack of them will control you. People, in essence, do not grow up. They only get old. If a man is as wise as a serpent, he can afford to be as harmless as a dove. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. Compromise is the best and cheapest lawyer. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. Since we're all going to die, it's obvious that when and how don't matter. Progress is impossible without change. No gains without pains. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. The world is boring for boring people. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Smile. Today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Do not look back when leaving. A man only begins to be valued when he is no longer there. Much is expected from that to whom much is given. A truth is not hard to kill. A lie told well is immortal. The secret to being creative alone. Ideas are born in loneliness. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. We learn not in school, but in life. It is unrealistic to expect people to see you as you see yourself. Recognizing a problem is half the success in solving it. When they give you lined paper, write the other way. He can do anything who thinks that he can do anything. A donkey loaded with gold will open the gates of any fortress. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. Problems cannot be solved with the same level of thinking that created them. Keep busy. It's the cheapest kind of medicine there is on this earth, and one of the best. No wise man ever wished to be younger. Throw off your worries when you throw off your clothes at night. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Difficulty shows what men are. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become. When someone betrays you, it's because it is a reflection of their character, not yours. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Above all things, respect yourself. Great men are meteors designed to burn so that Earth may be lighted. Genius lies in the ability to distinguish the difficult from the impossible. True love never has a happy ending, because there is no ending to true love. A lie can travel halfway around the world, while the truth is putting its shoes on. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. Our thoughts make us what we are. If you cannot have a faithful friend, be your own friend. One can always be kind to people about whom one cares nothing. Laziness travels so slowly that poverty soon overtakes him. Give a man power, and you will find out who he is. Other people's stupidity never makes us smart. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. Only those who can afford not to lie are free. A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Nothing costs so much in life as illness and ignoring an illness.